you guys know who Lanny Poffo was? He lived in the shadow of his wrestling father, Angelo Poffo, who was one of the greats. And, of course, his older brother, Randy Macho Man Savage. That's kind of been an unfortunate thing, but Lanny never bitched about it. He was a great wrestler, and he was nothing like his brother in the ring, which was even cooler. He found his own style, and if you guys go back to when he started his wrestling career in the 80s, you're going to see a lot of innovation that a lot of you guys today in ring and a lot of you fans today that are fans of this style, you're going to see. Lanny was doing it before it was cool, and a lot of things he incepted. I'm going to go ahead and say he used to even add shooting stars, and of course he used to use a moonsault back when Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan didn't know what to call those moves. He was just unbelievably graceful. He was a fun, funny guy and had a great attitude and was never jealous of his brother, who is arguably one of the top 10 wrestlers in the history of pro wrestling, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Now, when I broke into wrestling, I came in like a pie-eyed kid. And out of the blue, someone asked me if I wanted to go to a World Wrestling Entertainment taping and perform as an extra non-contract wrestler. Well, I went out there, and lo and behold, my first match there, I believe, was against the Warlord and the Barbarian. Do you guys remember them? I was a green kid against two guys that were 340 pounds. I got knocked the F out on the finish. When I got up, I saw stars. Now, I did know that Lanny and Randy Savage originated from the Chicago area. They both went to school at Downers Grove, Downers North. So I figured that's the common thread. An old sales technique that I was taught by my father was to breed the familiarity. I thought, what the hell? I may not get the opportunity again. How are you? I'm from Lake Zurich, and I heard you guys went to school at Downers North. Well, yeah, Lanny lit up, and he wasn't a prick whatsoever, just a guy's guy, a really nice guy. I figured, well, he seems to be somewhat receptive to me. I'm going to go ahead and ask him what I've been trying to figure out since I started here in this industry. When I broke into wrestling, I was trained 100% wrong. Then I ended up at Windy City Pro Wrestling, and the only one there that would give me the time of day was an old-timer by the name of Sonny Rogers. But in fact, Windy City Pro Wrestling was ran and owned by a guy by the name of Sam DeCero. Sam, to this day, even the offshoots or the lineage to this day claims that they're tied somehow to the Macho Man Randy Savage. And something didn't smell right to me, and I figured I would take the shot while Lanny was treating me like a human being and say, I gotta know, did your father and your brother train Sam DeCero from Windy City Pro Wrestling? Lanny looked at me first like, that's a ballsy question for somebody so green, but guess what? I don't fault you for it. I respect you for it. He said, is that what Sam DeCero is telling people? I said, yes. He goes, great. I can't wait to get back to my father and spin that one. He said, you make no mistake about it. Sam DeCero was not trained by me, my brother, or my father. Make sure that the luchador, Nacho Barrera, gets all the credit. As he was in the middle of cutting a promo on that fake news, that misinformation, ooh, yeah, Randy walks by. And Lanny says, hey, do you remember that guy, Sam Darrow? I don't know who you're talking about, brother. But when he said brother that time, he meant that it was really his brother, right? He says, oh, that guy. No, we never trained him. He might have attended one of these fantasy camps once for Dad when we ran back in the day. I gotta go. I gotta worry about my match later. Nice to meet you, kid. I hear you're from Chicagoland. So at the end of the day, that was my first time meeting them. Now, Lanny was another guy that just didn't forget. After you bonded with him once, he was a guy's guy. Every time I went up there, very happy to see, more and more questions, more ingratiation. And then I remember this one match that I had where I teamed with somebody against the Beverly Brothers, and he was managing the Beverly Brothers for WWE as the Genius, right? The Genius, Lanny Poffo, and we had a lot of fun at a lot of people's expense that night up in, I want to say, either Ontario or Winnipeg, Canada. And he was one of the guys that encouraged me. His brother, you got some nice abs. I'm serious. That's where the business is going. Make sure you grease those up nice and pump them up so Vince sees them on TV. So you see what kind of person Lanny Poffo was. A good guy, especially by industry standards in a business where a lot of people, most people wouldn't give you the time of day. Lanny was always there to lend a helping hand. And again, if I was him, I would have been jealous of my brother. But as far as I knew, he never was, and I've never heard him put it that way anywhere either. All right, guys, so bear with me now. I'm going to go ahead and do a traditional 10-bell salute to Lanny Poffo. Godspeed, Lanny Poffo.